Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie and I'm always on a quest to DIY, upcycle, or find decor that's cheaper than what you would find in the stores. So this week I headed to Target to the dollar spot and picked up a bunch of items that I figured I could do a makeover on and turn into something that I either wanted or needed in my house. It worked out really well, so this is how it all went down. The first thing that I picked up was this little decorative Easter board. So I ripped off the little bunny ears and they were held on by a little bit of glue and some wood pegs. So I just took some sandpaper and sanded that down so it was nice and smooth. And then I added some teak oil on top because it's going to be going in my kitchen. So if it gets a little bit of water on it, I want the surface to be protected. Next, I'm taking these little egg holders that I found that were also in the dollar spot, but instead of using them to hold eggs, I'm going to be using them as the little legs for my stand. So I lined them up and added a few dots of E6000 glue and just let that dry on all of the legs. And then I'm using it as the perfect little stand for my dish soap, my hand soap, and other things in my kitchen, which was great because I got my Grove collaborative order this week and all this stuff came in. And by the way, if you guys want to get all of this stuff for free, you can check the link in my description box. The next thing that I found was this little wooden gardening crate. So instead of using it for that, I'm going to take off this yellow rope and give this a nice coat of gray paint. So my idea for this is that I want to make a shelf to hang in my guest room eventually once I redo it. So what I'm going to do is just give this a bunch of coats of gray paint to cover it up. Took 2 to 3 coats, and I found that it was easiest to use a smaller paintbrush to get in between those slats there. Once it was completely dry, then I took some rope and wrapped a little bit of tape around each end to make it easy to push through these holes. So working from the inside of the crate, I pushed each end of the rope through the hole and pulled it so that the ends were even on each end. Next, I flipped the entire thing on its side and tied a knot so that the rope couldn't slide around or slip through. And because when it's hung up, this crate tips forward because of the weight, I decided to add a bit of hot glue onto the side and just glue the rope right to the back of the crate so that it won't tip forward and separate and dump everything out that's sitting in it. And in order to hang it up, I just took both ends of the rope and tied a knot at the top. I also picked up a bunch of little fake succulents and planters at the dollar spot, and I gave a couple of them a little makeover just so that everything would match. But I had a lot of fun styling this shelf, and I think it's gonna look really, really cute in my guest room. So this last one was really fun. I found these baskets at the dollar spot and I thought it would be cute to make a tiered hanging fruit basket for my kitchen. So I took some leather cording, folded it in half, wrapped it around the handle of the basket and pulled the ends through so that it could hang up. Then I took the second basket, flipped it upside down, and counted out where the middle was. Then I took the ends of that cording from the other basket and pushed them through the bottom of the second basket. Then I flipped it over and pulled them through, and then I just tied a knot there so that it would not slip through the bottom of the basket. And then I snipped off the ends of the excess of the cord. Then I repeated the first step with a new piece of leather on the second basket, so then I was able to hang it up. If you guys want to see more trendy DIYs on a budget, I've created a little playlist here with just a few of my favorite videos that I think you guys will really like. So head on over there right now and I will just see you there.